everybody. This is Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading, we're going to look at any blocks to manifestation for you. And as I was shuffling out the cards and meditating and thinking about your reading, the Fox Spirit spell out and made itself known to me. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. The fox will be watching over our reading today. And the message for the fox is think on your feet, okay? So we're gonna look at, what's going right for you with manifestation and what issues do you need to work on when it comes to manifestation, okay? And I think a lot of our issues around manifestation are actually, just the life issues that we have struggled with a long time, whether it's impatience or, self-sabotage or thinking we're not good enough. A lot of these things will go through a period of time where we're like, yeah, we're feeling really good about ourselves. And we're like, yeah, I'm on the right path. And things are happening, boom, boom, boom. And then it's like, something rears its head again and we get triggered, right? And these kind of things come up because we're human beings. And so with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into the piles and look at right now if there's any blocks to manifestation. Also, every single pile is going to get a Alice in Wonderland Major Arcana here card, and everyone is going to get several past life cards as well. And we'll be talking about, due to past lives, is there anything that's coming up in this lifetime with manifestation, okay? So watch for that in every pile. Every single pile has an oracle cards associated with it. For me, this Mercury retrograde is definitely doing something to my throat chakra. And anyway, everybody, so let's go ahead and get into it. We have pile number 1, which is the Serpentine stone, if you're into pile number 1. If you're into pile number 2, you'll choose the Rainbow Moonstone. And if you're into pile number 3, you'll choose the Citrine stone, okay? So that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And you can go directly to my video description box to find your timestamp and find your pile, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to put the other piles aside for now and get started with pile number 1, numero uno. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, all right guys, let's ring the bells. Spirit, we are ready to receive, and we are gonna go ahead and get into pile number 1. So let's go ahead and do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Serpentine stone. And today's reading is called, Are There Any Blocks When It Comes to Manifestation in Your Life Right Now? And every pile is going to get a major arcana here with this beautiful Alice in Wonderland Major Arcana only deck. Okay, so it only has the major arcana in it. And then we have some past lives card, and we're going to get into even some past life issues that may be coming up in this lifetime too, okay? So, and we're also going to look at what's going well for you as far as manifestation too. So where we can work on our, become more effective when it comes to manifestation, where we can work on it and where we're already doing really great, okay? So spirits, angels, and guides, please ground my energy and connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile 1s, and let me become a clear channel for my pile number 1s, please, and thank you. Okay, pile number 1, let's go ahead and get into it and see what blocks are coming up when it comes to manifestation for you. We have space. Yeah, I was kind of feeling that need in your guys' reading. Even at the beginning, I was feeling that need to take a deep breath, get some space, right? We have the moon, the half moon here, the need for good sleep, the need for space to take a deep breath, the need not to kind of always have so much around you, so many things going off in your head all the time, right? Space from the to-do list. space to kind of ground yourself and sort of feel into your space here. We have justice. By the power of 3 by 3, Matt delivered justice to me. Okay, so we could have some Libras here. We have the goddess Matt, and we have the scales of justice here. And, you know, maybe sometimes, I was talking to my sister the other day, and she told me that, you know, sometimes at night lately, she's had a hard time letting things go because she sees injustice in the world, and, you know, and she just, it makes her really upset, and it really makes her think things over and over and over again. And I bring that up because maybe some of you guys are needing, although, you know, justice is important, and my sister's a lawyer, so she really picked the right career for, you know, a justice-oriented person. But I also think, you know, sometimes the law is not very just, and sometimes things are not fair, although we like to think that that's the case. And yeah, and I'm also seeing the word like Sita, Stita here. I also feel like I'm seeing sativa. Sativa, isn't that a brand of weed? All right, maybe sometimes, aren't there the types of weed, right? There's indicas, and you have to excuse me because I don't really smoke weed. Indicas and sativa, right? And you know, the sativa is the one I think that makes your mind, is more of a mental thing, versus indica, which is more body, right? So I feel like you guys need more body, you need more space, you need more space to think, you need more, you know, those are some manifestation things for you here. We have hiding your true self, card number 14, okay? So, you know, sometimes with Libra energy, and you may have Libra in your chart, Libra rising, my sister is actually Libra rising, which is interesting. Maybe she's watching this video. If so, hello. But yeah, if you have Libra in your chart, I mean, sometimes, or Gemini here too, you know, or just that kind of like, you know, like sometimes like the face that you show the world is not, I feel like sometimes the way you're really feeling about something, you may not show that to people very often, you know, the way that you feel about something or what you think. And you may hold back on that a little bit. Now, my sister certainly doesn't really hold back on what she thinks, but I mean, I think to an extent she does, right? Because I know she has a pretty sharp critical eye towards things at times, and a lot of judgments on things, right? And so I think she does kind of you know, lock it up a little bit. Like she used to say that when she was younger, lock it up and go like that. She's also a Capricorn. But yeah, so I don't know why I'm thinking of her so much in this reading, right? But if you have an emotion and getting the space to kind of work through your feelings and work through what's happening here, okay? We have Black Flower Fragrance. I knew this card was gonna come up. So sometimes not liking what you see in other people, not liking what you see in the people around you, and kind of getting upset about it. We have card 58, Take the Lead, okay? So again, you know, a lot of times I feel like you guys may see injustices in the world. You may say, you know, things that are very unfair, especially when it comes to marginalized groups of people or people that have been very hurt by things. And I think sometimes it eats away at you, pile number one. And, you know, sometimes, and for those of you that are crusaders for justice and you really want to see things done the right way and see people, you know, things be fair and whatnot, I think sometimes it's kind of like you just need to take a little bit of a break from that, okay? You just need to get some space from that journey here, because you are in the leaders, you are, you know, in the driver's seat a lot here with this Take the Lead, and you do have a very good idea about what's going on around you, and you can see situations for what they are. We have Deep Replenishment, Retreat, Rest, and Be Held. Okay, some of you guys too, I get the feeling at your jobs or when you're dealing with family or relationships, friendships, that you might feel like you have to play a certain role, okay? Or that you have to be a certain way because you're in a position of leadership, or you just, you know, or you're just expected to take on certain responsibilities, right? And you just had a lot of responsibility from day one. And Spirit is saying here, for your guys' manifestation powers to really be at full effect, you really need to have, you know, sleep, restful time, times to unplug, times to let go. I'm also seeing the word art here. And I also feel like I'm seeing the word equestrian. So some of you guys may like horses, or you may need to like go be around horses, or maybe you had a horse growing up, or you rode horses. But you know, horses are very wild and free. They can take up a lot of space. They can be who they are. You know, being with animals, being out in nature. I see the word art here too. Having some type of a creative hobby. I also feel like I'm seeing the fish here, which, you know, yeah, I'm also seeing the number 48 and the number 8, okay? Yeah, so I feel like we could have some Pisces energy here too as well, or you have Neptune prominent in your chart. Like I know my sister, she's moon in Virgo, but she has her moon conjunction Neptune, right? So having an outlet, you know, she was always had this dramatic side where she could really impersonate anyone. I don't know why I'm talking about her so much in this reading, but you know, a lot of times when Spirit shows me things, I'm like, okay, I get it. Thank you for telling me. But you know, she has a very serious career. She does serious work, etc. But you know, what about art? And if you don't do art yourself, what about music? What about art? What about appreciating art? What about doing something creative? Okay. You know, as a way here, getting grounded. Yeah, so empaths, highly sensitives connect with nature, okay? And definitely talking about nature here, being with nature, being outdoors. Maybe you guys smoke a little bit of weed and you go outside and you chill in nature for a while. Kind of something that can help you shut down that mind a little bit. Some of you guys may have heavy Libra or Virgo in your chart, okay? Hard to shut down the mind and a sense of, you know, what's right and what's fair, true and just, okay? So Spirit's saying definitely getting grounded here. I'm also seeing the word the Palisades. And I know the Palisades are in Southern California, but something about, you know, paradise in the Palisades here, okay? You know, this kind of like this isn't fair, or worrying about people, or even worrying about members of your family. Like, what are they doing? What's going on? How can this be happening? Right? And wondering even at the workplace, oh my goodness, like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I can go under all this pressure. Lots of people watching me, watching my work. Okay. Spirit is saying, you know, I'm seeing the word bong here too, and booyah. Okay. So, you know, getting grounded. And for those of you that are empaths and highly sensitive people, you know, you do need space, rest, time to think, time to unwind, time, you know, this is card 2 for me. Hiding your true self is like, you know, a lot of times if we have jobs that are like formal, or we have to be a certain way, right? It wears on us after a while. And I know, because I've had, you know, a professional job for 20 plus years myself here. So I know how that can really wear on a person, okay? When you feel like you can't fully, or you have to kind of put maybe some parts of your personality to the side, okay? We have acceptance. Yeah, that coming out under justice and take the lead. Accept the fact that you can't control every situation and everyone. Damn, pile number 1. Yeah, that's a major life lesson for you guys. And you know, it's a beautiful thing that you care. Like when I tell my sister, hey, this thing happened to me and it's really fucked up, she's like, oh my God. She's like, let's send them a letter. We're gonna sue their asses, you know. She gets very riled up about things. And it's like, you know, it's okay. Everything's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it was fucked up. But, you know, sometimes we just have to accept the way the world is. I mean, there's a time to fight and to take the lead and to push, and then there's times to get grounded in our energy. Okay, I mentioned Gemini earlier, and Gemini Virgo, this adaptable, quick-witted, and communication. So you guys may have a job, or you may have family members, because I also feel like someone here is being a dunderfuck or is being a dunderhead, and you're like, hey, get your shit together, you know? And I see someone pulling someone up, you know, by their shirt collar and being like, hey, you know, I've had it with this shit, right? But I also feel like adaptable, quick-witted, and communication. I feel like humor is good medicine for you guys, all right? Call someone up that you know is gonna be, you know, like sensitive to your plight, and talk to them about what's going on and tell them, hey, I'm kind of aggravated. I'm aggro right now because so-and-so is being a dunderfuck, okay? And, you know, and I think that that'll help you, right? Like venting a little bit and then accepting what is, okay? And making jokes out of things sometimes, right? And letting go. I also feel like, you know, as far as manifestation, when it comes to manifestation, you guys are very sharp and smart here with justice. Could be Gemini, Libra energy, very smart. You got a mouth on you at times. You know, call a spade. You're, you know, and being this very adaptable is very good for manifestation purposes, because you know that energy switches, it changes, and you're fun in social situations. People want to be around you. But I do feel at times you guys need space, okay? And we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Yep. Doesn't surprise me at all. I feel like some of you guys here are comforting. It's almost like self-comfort, you know? And I feel like you guys are very tough individuals in pile number one. You're very tough, and you don't want to see other people hurting either. But it's almost like self-comfort is what you guys need at times, okay? Self-acceptance, self-comfort. And we have the fourth chakra. And for you guys, this acceptance is what comes in the heart space, okay? And acceptance of, you know, especially if there's grief around situations that have been very disappointing, very sad to you, especially if it comes to your family or the way that people are acting. And even though you've tried your best here with Take the Lead and you've done so well at it, I feel like, you know, this is a stag here, but it could easily be, you know, Capricorn, the goat here. And, you know, just realizing you've done everything you can in your power, and, you know, letting the grief, if it comes, pass through you. And, you know, it's like the 5 stages of grief. And if you guys don't know what that is, look that up and Google it. It's a really brilliant way, psychological, brilliant way of kind of looking at grief and looking at how we process, you know, things in life that are upsetting, okay? And acceptance in the heart chakra, especially after a tough cycle that has been, you know, kind of wearing on your nervous system is what I feel like here. Okay, pile number one. Now let's go ahead and let's draw you a major arcana card here. And for your reading, all right, so spirits, angels, and guides, what major arcana card here does pile number one need in order to tie this together? Justice. Oh my God. Of course. Chariots on the bed on the deck. Moving on. All right. But look at this Justice card. She's got her hands on her hips and she's like, but I love the 2 hearts on her, right? It's the, you know, heart inverted and then the heart upright. And then she's got kind of like her hands on her hips. Like what you got to say about it. Okay. But yeah, justice coming through, like it's the same as your spell card here. All right, the justice card is a number 5 here, which talks about some tough lessons about, you know, what's fair and isn't fair in life, and letting it go and not keeping score on things, because, you know, it just at the end of the day, it kind of erodes your own peace is what I feel, okay? But you have a sharp mind and spirit wants you to use it. You have a very sharp, quick-witted, analytical mind, and it's going to take you really far in life. It's going to take you far in your profession. It's going to earn you a lot of respect. It's going to bring you a lot of abundance in your life. It's just a matter of working on acceptance in that heart space, okay? Especially on some of the tougher issues in your life. Now, let's go ahead and see what past life energies are operating here. Okay, we have Mother. So definitely some energy around your mother and what it means to be a mother, and, you know, possibly, you know, past lives of you being a mother. You know, along in many, many past lives, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, women weren't put in the best position, you know, like in this position, it looks like a real happy family with like a mother who's at home with the kids and she's reading them a story. I feel like for some of you guys, this is kind of what you wanted, was this type of vision for a family, or to have this kind of, you know, connection with your siblings or with your mother. And I feel like this is something that's been very challenging for you. It's kind of at times left a bitter taste in your mouth, or has just been very upsetting. And, you know, you guys may recall a past life where you actually had, you know, in this lifetime, if you have a difficult mother, maybe in a past life you had a wonderful mother, okay, or you were a wonderful mother who created a beautiful environment for your children, okay? But something in this lifetime, or even in a past lifetime too, feeling like something was missing there, okay? What else here? We have ships, okay? So again, like two ships passing in a night is what I think about here. Ships talking about, you know, being in transit, not being at home, not being at home, having not landed and not arriving. It's like in transit, okay? So some of you guys could have had, you know, family members in a past life that were at a distance from you, or that were gone a lot of the time, and, you know, you really missed them. You may have had your mother kind of filling in the blanks there, but you missed your father in a past life. And I see you as a child too here. Like, you know, I look at your face here, and even though, you know, some of you had what you needed in a past life, like you had money, or you had wealth, or you had what you needed, but something in your life feeling missing, okay? Some of you longing for a foreign land, or longing to be somewhere else, or being dissatisfied with the way that things were, right? And that's why we have the fourth chakra with acceptance here, and wanting to make sure that things are fair in this lifetime. Let's see what else here for past life energy. We have food and hunger, okay? So Cancer was on the bottom of the deck here. Some of you guys could have had, we have Celtic here. Some of you guys could have had lives in, you know, Ireland or England, or, you know, up in Northern Europe type of energy. You know, and it's like we have the Chariot here too. So I'm also getting Cancer energy here, but I feel like, you know, some of you guys, you had what you, looks like this family kind of has what they need, but something was missing, okay? Like something was missing, and was like two ships passing in the night is what I feel. And I feel like a lot of times, like in this lifetime, you guys don't really want to appear ungrateful for what you have, right? Because I feel like in this lifetime, you could have a lot of abundance, or you're one of those people that wants to be grateful for what you have. But, you know, there's something that, and I think it has to do with, you know, not feeling like you can be your true self, feeling like there's something missing, or longing to be in a different place, and possibly also having a parent in this lifetime or last lifetime that wasn't really supportive of you, and, you know, just was gone a lot, okay? And that could get carried over into this lifetime too. So let's go ahead and see here. Let's go ahead and see, because there's this image of, you know, a happy family and everybody being normal and connected. And then, you know, everything kind of breaking up here with ships kind of sailing, moving on, other people moving on and leaving. And then a sense of, you know, what happened, and, you know, now I feel like I've got nothing, right? And so, yeah, pile number one, I feel for you on that. Let's go ahead and see what is working right now for pile number one when it comes to manifestation. What is working for pile number one? We have the Fool. Okay, so you guys are risk takers. You're like, if it's not working, if it's not going, you know, I'm not afraid to start over. I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said here. And I feel like you guys are winners in life, all right? And you guys have the talents, the strengths, abilities that you need. Sometimes you just have sheer confidence and will to kind of get you through in situations. Sometimes you may feel like, I didn't even know what was up ahead really for me, but I just went ahead and went anyway, all right? And, you know, ballsy moves, very confident here, very, you know, like I'm feeling like you guys are winners in life for sure here. And you can handle a lot. You guys can handle a lot. You're a lot stronger. You're a lot more sure of yourself. There's something in you that's very self-assured and strong, right? With this tough cycle, end of a tough cycle approaching, all right? And I think sometimes if you guys probably, you're like, if I knew how hard it was going to be when I started out on that path, I might not have done it, right? But I feel like, you know, you guys constantly, you may even surprise yourself at times with how you keep pushing, how you keep going, how persistent, how resilient you are, okay? Even when your chips are down, don't ever, you know, never count you as down is what I feel here. Queen of Wands. So that was going back to the creativity piece of you and thinking about your experiences in a new way and being very fiery and energetic about, and very self-assured. I feel like you guys have got moxie. You have got confidence. You can, you know, go a long ways in life, you know, just sustaining on, you know, bread and water. I feel like, you know, you guys can push pretty hard and you're like a cat with 9 lives, baby. You always land on your feet, very self-assured, very confident. And this has gotten you far. I feel like this can take you a long way in life. My little sister's husband, ex-husband, used to say, you know, we're from a Midwestern small town, and he always used to say, you know, women from this town were made to like strap things on their back and walk up a high mountain, right? I was like, wow, you know, and look at what we have here, you know, someone who strapped something on their back and walked up a high mountain. So very interesting energy, you guys there. But I mean, you guys are just very resilient. You're very confident. And sometimes you don't know maybe what the hell you're doing. And you're like, fuck it, throw caution to the wind, the fool. I'm out. I'm off. I'm out. I'm doing what I want. Okay. And yeah, and that has yielded results for you. Even sometimes if it was like, whoa, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Okay. So Spirit, can you show me in more detail what pile number 1 needs to work on here? We have 8 of Pentacles. So, you know, sometimes like focus and sticking with things when they get boring is something you guys can work on too. Or when you perceive something is boring, like trying to focus your attention on one thing. With that Gemini energy here, being very, you know, quick-witted, adaptable. But, you know, as I always say, Gemini can sometimes have, and Virgo too, can sometimes have the attention of a fruit fly, right? So getting more focused on what you want. We have King of Wands. So some of you guys moving into leadership positions in your work, okay? And stepping into authority. And another thing I feel is that if you guys have this attitude of, you know, no one can really do as good a work as me, or if I delegate this work, they're not going to do it right, and I need things really done the right way. Okay, if you have that attitude, that's going to burn you a little bit at work, and it's going to burn you out, all right? And it's going to make you kind of crabby. So I need you to kind of trust others a little bit more here, trust others with their ideas and listen to them with the Ace of Swords here. But yeah, it's like, you know, I think you guys are very self-assured, and I think you're like, no, I kind of know the best way to do things. I've been doing that way for a long time. But I also think too here, be open to new ideas and be open to finding easier ways to do things. You don't have to carry it all, okay? Be open to that. And stop multitasking insanely, okay? You guys. And, you know, sometimes that would happen with my sister. I'd be talking to her and she would just be, I could tell she was having 5 conversations in her head, and she would just look off into the distance, and I'd be like, hello, you know. So, you know, don't be on your phone when people are talking to you. Listen to people. Stop multitasking and doing 100 things over and over and over again, okay? And the King of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. And, you know, there could be somebody, a male in your life, or a female or a male, who really loves you, cares about you, and would like some of your loving and attention. Okay, pile number one, or this is just you getting more in touch with that heart space, accepting things, okay, as the base energy here for your reading. So thank you so much, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like, share, or subscribe. It does help my channel grow. And I do love seeing your guys' comments. If something about the reading resonated for you, or if we really connected with, do let me know, because I do read all your comments and I love them all, okay? So thank you, everyone, and we'll see you again next time. Take care. Okay, let's move on to pile number two. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. Taking a big drink of water. Mercury retrograde has me tongue-tied. Okay. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Rainbow Moonstone. And today's reading is called, What are your blocks towards manifestation in your life? And what is currently going really well for you with regard to manifestation? And are there any blocks you need to address, okay? And every pile is gonna get a major arcana from this Alice in Wonderland deck. And we're also gonna pull a few cards from this past life deck to see what, if any, past life energy affecting your manifestations abilities in this lifetime, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, my beautiful pile number twos. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my wonderful pile number twos. Connect me to their heart space. I also feel your solar plexus in this reading, pile number two. And I'm seeing that as a point on your body, your stomach, or just around your rib cage, having your lungs. Lungs are more with the heart chakra, but your lungs and your digestion, okay, pile number two. So let's go ahead and get into it, definitely with the solar plexus. Let's see, for pile number two, what is affecting their manifestations right now? I also, ooh, here it is. There we go. That's it, core. That's the solar plexus. No wonder I was feeling that, okay? I was also gonna say I'm getting like the name Kath or Kat or Catherine, and also Emily. So C and E names here too. But look at the throat. Look at the throat chakra here, very lit up as well. But this card is about core. All right, solar plexus for sure. Healing that solar plexus. We have dream, sweet sleep, deep. Sleep that is deep and lasts till morning. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. Oh my God. Dreaming and sleeping. Replenishment, pile number two. Let's see what we have here. We have obsession, okay? And we have artificial heart. Well, that's the heart chakra, lungs energy that I've been feeling. I feel like sometimes, you know, you guys obsessing about unavailable people, or obsessing about, you know, the past, people that have done you wrong, people that have hurt you, okay? This could be something that kind of disturbs you at night, or just feeling like, you know, getting obsessed about things and then thinking that people are out to harm you or out to get you, or people have actually done that in the past, become very obsessed with you, and for all the wrong reasons, maybe even jealousy, okay? But something here with your solar plexus and core about taking back your power, okay? And yeah, so let's see what else we have here. Skunk spirit, know your worth, okay? Know your worth. Let's see what else we have here. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit about past lives and unbounding yourself from them, and also probably doing some cord cutting, also working through past life energy and releasing soul patterns while you sleep at night, going into very deep, you know, trances or unconscious states to really clear this energy, okay? And a lot of it being held in your heart chakra and in your solar plexus is what I feel like here, okay? And protection. Yeah, cut the cords. I said cord cutting, right? Call back your power. I mentioned that. Yep. Call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. All right. Heavy stuff, pile number 2, that you've dealt with. Okay. We have pathway. Follow your own path. You do not need to follow anyone else. Okay. And this has to do with romantic partners too. Like, I feel you guys have really needed to know yourself and your own power and feel the protection of those around you, your guides, etc., helping you while you sleep, healing any issues from the past here, and not being afraid. Not, you know, a lot of people, the way they live their lives, it doesn't seem very satisfying, does it? Because they're in relationships that never feel like equal, or there's lies or deceit, or, you know, unavailable people, etc., right? And, you know, there's just a different path for you guys. Follow your own path. Do not feel the need to follow anyone else, okay? We have the divine masculine, yeah, coming out under know your worth and core. So definitely asking you here to, you know, protect yourself, to put boundaries in place, to call on your guides for help, okay? Pile number 2, and know your worth, definitively putting boundaries in there, okay? We have you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. That is coming out under unbounded and protection here. Very sweet here with this dream energy. And then Cancer, I feel like you guys really do care about people around you. You may pray for people, you may worry a lot about people, and you may obsess on, like I said, people who haven't been there for you, whether it's relationships, or a mother or father, or dealing with abandonment, right? Making you feel like worthless at times, you guys. And, you know, Spirit really wanting to protect you from this energy and help you follow your own unique path here. And then I even mentioned the throat chakra here. It's like you go from your solar plexus to your heart to your throat. And these 3 chakras really working on this energy right now. And protecting you, I feel like, from overindulging in unhealthy obsessions, or, you know, protecting you from what other people say, or their opinions or judgments of you, their jealousies as well, pile number 2, okay? It says here, the energy of the throat chakra supports our ability to communicate clearly and truthfully, okay? Yeah, so all of this having to do with your throat chakra, your heart, and your solar plexus. You and your loved ones are safe. And some of you guys may have dealt with past lives where, you know, I feel like some of you, I just have to say, it may have felt like in a past life like you were being hunted. Or you may have had dreams where you're being hunted, or someone's trying to kidnap you, or somebody's trying to haunt you, hurt you, hunt you, okay? And this mantra, I've said this mantra many times myself, you and your loved ones are safe, okay? And, you know, releasing old past lives, I feel like for you guys, some of you guys in a past life may have dealt with some pretty heavy trauma. And it's, as soon as I said that, there's the thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you know, dealt with some really tough past life experiences, being, you know, held in a prison against your will, unjustly, being, you know, kidnapped, being, you know, forced into things that you didn't want to do here, and running into some pretty nasty divine masculines in prior lifetimes. I feel like pile number 2. In this lifetime, you know, you're the one. You are taking back your own authority. You are taking back your own power. And you are safe, and so are your loved ones, all right? And it may be that you need to kind of talk about it, right? With this 5th chakra, talking about some of the things that happened in the past. Feeling like maybe sometimes you guys get a little bit obsessed with the things that have happened in the past, especially if there's been some trauma in this lifetime, which I get. You know, I'm a trauma survivor myself, pile number 2, and you know, it does a number on you, and if you've had it in past lives, it freaking adds up. So you know, I feel you on that. You know, the earth plane is a very challenging place, pile number 2, and it's saying here to know your worth. All right, and don't be afraid. Like when you want to speak up on something and you're worried about how your words are going to affect others, I think you guys are very careful, I feel like, with this energy. So don't worry about it. Just say what you need to say. All right. And here's your major arcana. We have the Fool. Okay. So this is coming through to remind you guys that this lifetime is a whole new journey. Okay. It's a whole new journey. And, you know, sometimes it feels like there's a whole lot of crazy on the earth plane, right? There's a whole lot of shit that's wild and crazy. And I feel like sometimes you guys are like, yeah, and people expect me to listen to their crazy and get involved in their crazy, and, you know, and people acting a fool, okay, and expecting me to believe what they're doing, or people not really knowing the impact that they have on others. Really, I feel like you guys have dealt with some baby souls in this lifetime or other lifetimes, like really babyish souls, like souls that have just really started their incarnation journey. And I feel like that's why you guys have needed a lot of protection. You've had to follow your own path, because I do feel like you've been around some people that maybe wanted to bring you down, or that, you know, here's my puppy. Oh, hi puppy. It's okay, mama. Yeah, here, she wants to come up to your reading, pile number 2. Come on. Come on. Here she is. Here's Franny. She wants to join your guys' reading, so she's going to sit here with me. But, you know, like a lot of people, I feel like, pile number 2, you've been around some very babyish souls, okay? And probably a lot of people that you've had to protect from their own, you know, from their own insanity, in a way, is what I feel here too, or people that you felt like you needed to protect, okay? And with the Fool here, it's almost like you guys are, this Fool to me is this is the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. It's almost like, sit down and tell me your problems. It's almost like, you know, a weird counselor, if I can explain that correctly, okay? But let's go ahead, pile number 2, and see regarding your past life energy, okay? I mean, I also feel like you guys just keep smiling no matter what, too. Even if the day is hard and long and challenging, it's like you're always up for more when it comes to incarnating. And that's why I feel like you guys have had a lot of incarnations, and you've been around people who just haven't had as many as you, all right? And their chakras aren't as open as yours. They're not as connected to their heart, okay? And forgiveness is needed. So let's go ahead and see here. We have phobias. All right, so, you know, if you had some weird shit happen to you when in past lives, like I said, being hunted, you know, maybe even having nightmares. I know I have nightmares a lot about, you know, other planets and the destruction of other worlds, and having been there and seeing everything unfold and witnessing the new beginnings of a species and watching a species die out. Okay, that's gonna give someone some phobias. And there may be some unexplained phobias that you have in this lifetime, that you don't like certain things, okay? And people are like, why don't you like that? And they don't get it. They haven't had as many lifetimes as you, pile number 2. They don't really get why you may have some of these. Yeah, we have orphan here, okay? You and your loved ones are safe, unbounded, and at night. I feel like, you know, in a lot of past lives, you guys may have escaped your circumstances by sleeping, okay? Because sometimes when incarnations get really tough, it's like the only salvation that we have is sleep, okay? And I feel like here, some of you guys could have been abandoned by a parent in a past life here, or, you know, you could have been left on your own. I feel like some of you may have been on the streets, or kind of living like that, and are in poverty in past lifetimes too here, you guys. And you know, what I have to say about that is I don't ever want you guys to think, if you've been through trauma in this lifetime or in other lifetimes, I don't ever want that to erode your power, okay? If anything, it has just made you more powerful. If anything, it has just cleared a pathway for you where other people cannot follow you. It has just made you that better, that stronger, and that more willing and down-ass energy of a soul to kind of take the journey and go on the ride here, okay? And with this, do not follow other people's path in the Fool. It's about that uniqueness. We could have Aquarius and Pisces energy here too. I also feel definitely Scorpionic energy. Some of you guys may have had past lives as a Scorpio. I also feel Sagittarius here, maybe even in a past life as well. Now, I just think that, you know, for everything, all the craziness, all the wildness that you've seen, pile number 2, like, it's about your core, okay? Knowing your worth and being grounded and stable in this world after everything that you've been through. And a lot of you have a lot to share, okay? You've got a lot to share, and some of your life's work and mission may be around the written word, or, you know, speaking on things, standing up for people, all right? Using your voice and using your power in a way that is benefiting not only you but others, okay? Very, very much tied to your manifestations and your abundance here. We have lessons and blessings. Yep. Indeed. And we have on the bottom of the deck, we have High Priest or Priestess. So for sure, you guys have had some lifetimes like that too. And I feel like maybe this could be, you could have hidden this knowledge from yourself, especially earlier in life. If you were raised in a very religious environment, you could have, you know, disconnected from this part of yourself. But you guys were and are high priests and priestesses, okay? And witches and sorcerers, all right? And you had some, and these abilities, I have to tell you, pile number 2, these abilities are not just handed out to anyone or to the baby souls of the world, okay? If you're coming into this lifetime with some of these abilities, or you've had past lives, it's because your soul has reached a certain level of, you know, of mastery, lessons and blessings, all right? And having gone through suffering in the past, pile number 2, and lessons made blessings, right? Let's go ahead and see, Spirit, when it comes to manifestation, what can pile number 2 work on here? What can pile number 2 work on? Page of Pentacles, okay. This is where we take one step at a time instead of kind of just throwing ourselves into things, or, you know, being overwhelmed with all the work that needs to be done. This is just kind of taking one step at a time, especially if there's phobias here or things that kind of make you recoil. Okay, and I think this is also about recognizing your progress here in this lifetime, pile number 2, and that, you know, as advanced as you are, you're still learning about where you came from and how you got to be here, and, you know, enjoying this 3D experience on the earth plane. Let me touch this. I have a body, right? You see this sometimes with children, you know, kids when they're like 1 year old, they're like touching everything, exploring everything. It's like, I've got a body, you know? It's so cute. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's see what else we've got here. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Ace of Wands, okay? So yeah, talking about knowing your power, finding your power, knowing the power of spirit, because the wands represent spirit. So, you know, I feel like some of you guys may have been playing it a little bit small here too. It's like you may have been kind of hanging back a little bit because of some of the things that happened in prior lifetimes. You may have been playing it a little bit safe, or holding back a little bit, maybe not wanting to take that unique path right away. And Spirit is saying, light this bitch up, all right? Light this bitch up. Yeah, take it one step at a time. Don't make yourself uncomfortable, but don't deliberately hide anything from yourself either. There's the Fool. There it is again. It's coming up twice, all right? So there's something very exciting. There's this song by Butterfly Boucher. And the lyrics are, you know, there's something exciting about leaving the past behind. All right, there's something exciting about leaving the past behind. And yeah, I remember that song from the 90s. I used to listen to it all the time. And that's what the Fool is saying here with the Ace of Wands. Don't play it safe too much. Don't play it small too much. But enjoy having a physical body, okay? And we have the Page of Wands here, right? So again, like, I feel like you guys, this is just Spirit reassuring you, saying, even if you go out there and you try something new and you have the willingness to be a beginner here, it's gonna be just fine, all right? And actually, I think you're being encouraged. Like, I think you've had many lifetimes, pile number 2, and I think you've been through a lot in these lifetimes, and this lifetime is a reset for you. It's a time for you to explore something new and get excited about incarnating again. It's like the older we get, the younger we become. If you ever see like older people, they, you know, a lot of times, they might have been very serious when they were younger, but as they get older, they get more lighthearted and they're willing to take more risks. They're more effervescent, okay? And I feel like this is kind of happening to you as a soul. And it's directly tied to your manifestation, because it's kind of like, give it a try, okay? Be willing to take a risk. Be willing to be a beginner at something new. Be willing to try something new, especially, you know, if you couldn't have tried things in a past life because there was too many survival issues going on with this orphan and with this phobias, you were a little too scared to kind of put yourself out there because you'd been through so much, okay? So in this lifetime, it's time to get excited again, remembering like why you continue to incarnate and just being like, yeah, I'm here to have fun, okay? So what is pile number 2 already doing really well here, Spirit? Oh, the Chariot, all right? Pushing forward, I'm gonna take this journey. I'm strong, I'm stable, me and my loved ones are safe. And I love this Chariot because she's very fierce, she's very feisty, she's not taking no for an answer. She's really determined to make it happen, okay? So, you know, and I feel like you guys know how to get up and leave a situation, or get up and go when a situation is no longer serving you, all right? Very strong energy, very loving and maternal energy that you have as well, pile number 2. But definitely the mama bear type, like, don't fuck with me, right? Ooh, the High Priestess. Like I said, you guys, in prior lifetimes, there you are. You already know. I just got chills. You already fucking know, okay? You already know. You've been a High Priestess or a priest in a prior lifetime. You've already connected to that energy. You've already mastered it here with the Chariot. 7 with the Chariot is a very spiritual number. The High Priestess, very spiritual. You've already mastered a lot of these energies. You are an older soul, pile number 2. And like I said, as you get older, the more risks that you're going to feel like you can take. You know, this, for some of you guys, this might be one of your last incarnations here, okay? So enjoy it while it lasts. We have 9 of Pentacles. Keep doing the work, right? And, you know, and there's something here about taking good care of your physical body as well. And, you know, any like falls or scrapes or health issues, addressing those issues out the gate here, and, you know, grounding yourself, getting very stable. And I feel like, you know, this is coming out with this orphan energy here. And I feel like, you know, being alone in a prior lifetime may have been very hard for you, especially if you were left alone or on your own from a very young age. I think you may have had several lifetimes like that. And it kind of was to prepare you for the mastery that you've been experiencing over the last couple lifetimes, okay? You are very prepared in this lifetime. I want you to know that, pile number 2. You're a very prepared soul. You're a very productive soul. When you come to the earth plane, you mean business. You accomplish all your goals, and you're very connected to your higher self. So good for you. There it is. There it is. Right? And the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So light this bitch up, pile number 2. All right. Show us what you working with, pile number 2. Okay. And the Empress and the High Priestess. And this is talking about, you know, your hard work and your abundance. And, you know, you're a queen. I want you to know that, pile number 2. You're a king or a queen already on the spiritual plane. And, you know, you've had some lifetimes of poverty. You've had some lifetimes of, you know, torture, of being left on your own. And I know, you know, it's like, I don't even have to tell you. I know that you know kind of what you've been through, all right? And, you know, what has come out of that is a very self-sufficient, self-assured, intuitive, confident, you know, resourceful, abundant human being, okay? And, you know, the Empress in a manifestation, it's like you already, this is what you already have on side. You're already an Empress in your manifestations. You are already doing the work. You already know what to do. It's just a matter of, you know, taking that different path. You're meant to do something different in this lifetime. You're meant to break a cycle and not get too comfortable, you know, with what you've gained and learned so far. You're meant, you are a very ambitious soul, pile number 2. You're stretching yourself in new ways, even in this lifetime. But something I want you guys to always remember is you and your loved ones are safe, okay? New moon in Cancer. All right, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed your I was gonna say extended reading, but I hope you enjoyed your reading. And if you resonated with your reading or you felt that aspects of it were true, please, you know, share a message with me, leave a comment. I do love your comments. Please like the video too as well. It helps get my message out there. And if you think that there's anyone in your life that would enjoy this channel, feel free to share it as well. Share the messages, right? So thank you so much, pile number 2. Sometimes you listen to a reading and you're like, okay, that actually reminds me of my friend. And I've done that before. I've sent a reading to a friend and been like, hey, I saw this reading, right? So, you know, share and share alike. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and take care on your path. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 3. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna take a drink of water. And let's connect with the energy. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called, Do You Have Any Blocks Towards Manifestation? Okay, we have the beautiful citrine stone today. And thank you for choosing pile number 3. I was guided to use my Thoth deck for your guys' reading today. I very rarely read with this deck on this channel, but I got this deck when I was about 20 years old, which was 20 years ago, and I've had it forever. I keep it in a velvet bag, and sometimes I pull it out and read with it on my channel when I feel guided to, okay? So really some history here for you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna look at your blocks with manifestation and also what you've been doing really well when it comes to manifestation. We're gonna look at some past life energy as well. We're gonna look at pulling one major arcana as well from this Alice in Wonderland deck, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. It's starting to rain here right now. I can see the rain coming down on the window. It's beautiful. It's clearing the air. Thank you so much, Mother Nature. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides for my beautiful pile number 3s help connect me to their loving energy, okay? And I definitely feel that root chakra, sacral chakra. I also feel like feet are kind of important. Maybe you guys need a foot massage, or maybe you want to go get a pedicure, or maybe your feet just need some pampering or some loving. Maybe you put some lotion on them and, you know, just be nice to your hands and your feet, right? Pile number 3. I feel kind of calm. I actually feel more calm at the beginning of your reading than I did in the other 2 readings. The other 2 readings were great as well, but I feel pretty calm in your guys' energy, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it and see for my pile number 3s, what pampering is gonna bring them closer to their manifestations. No, I'm just kidding. But what blocks does pile number 3 currently have now? Okay, we have Alliance, all right? So, yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys sometimes maybe liking your space, liking your alone time, liking to be in kind of a calm energy. But Spirit is saying right now, it's time to form an alliance with someone. And, maybe it's time to have some type of a partnership in business, in your personal life, but definitely the energy of alliance here. We have victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. All right, pile number 3. Cool. We have perchance to dream here. All right, so a chance to dream, a chance to let go. And you see 2 people here, right? You see 2 people, and it's like, are they in a dance? Are they lovers or are they enemies? Are they frenemies, right? Is someone deliberately trying to hold someone else down and deny them from their dreams? Or is somebody here helping to raise them up after they've fallen? All right. I mean, what is it, right? And I feel like this alliance card is very aligned with that, okay? We have fragmentation here too. So yeah, we talk about alliance and partnerships and the people in our lives who are truly helping and who are not making us feel helpless, but the people in our life who support us and cheer us on and form a good, solid alliance with us and help us remember who we are, like pieces of ourselves that have been fragmented, okay? We see card 27, 28, and 35. So those may be the ages of some people watching this, but also if you're older than that or younger, well, if you're younger, think about, how you want your life to look at 27 or 28 or 35. And if you're older, think about what was happening at that time in your life and how you've grown and changed. I also want you to think about maybe some relationships that either helped you or harmed you during that phase, okay? And for some of you, like age 35 may have kicked off a 5-year period of, certain relationships, right? Some of them maybe making you feel like fragmented from yourself, and some of them maybe with people on the path here, friends, lovers, etc., that were actively kind of pushing you down at times, or making fun of your dreams, or making fun of this, or not supporting what you wanted to do, okay? And what we see here with alliances is developing healthy alliances. My dog wants to come up. Come on up. Yeah, come on up. She's going to join your reading, pile number 3. She joined pile number 2's reading as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here. We have cow spirit. Miracles are endless. All right. And this is coming out under alliances. So I feel like, one thing that you can do is mantras, pile number 3 in the morning. And you're the only pile that I really suggested mantras to. But with this cow spirit and alliances, I feel like, saying to yourself in the morning, I have friendships and relationships with people that love and support me. I move into alliance with people who align to my soul mission in this lifetime. I rely on others when it's appropriate to, and I trust the right people, and I trust myself, okay? I feel like this kind of mantra, and you can write it yourself, I feel like this kind of mantra is good for you, pile number 3, okay? You are already doing it. That's coming out under victory. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Victory. You are already doing it. You are already manifesting. If in the past you were with people that tried to hold you back, or you felt like something broke your heart and really just split you up, right? And fragmented your energies, I feel like Spirit is saying here, you're already walking your path, pile number 3, and the miracles are endless. And maybe this one piece about alliances is the one piece that you kind of need to drill into here. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And I feel like, a lot of you already went through this lesson of, being with people that might have been okay at the time, but they really didn't support your life path, and you knew that, okay? At some point you knew that and you understood that. I also feel like you guys have a lot to give, and there could be a lot of people, especially if you're very good at manifesting. You're very lucky. You're very abundant already here with victory. There could be a lot of people that want things from you or need things from you. And, you know, you're going to have those good solid boundaries. I know with tarot readers even, sometimes like I'll see some readers, because I follow a few readers myself, and they'll write a message about how they're exhausted and how they haven't taken any breaks and how they're, you know, like just they can't take it, you know. And it's like, you know, doing intuitive work, doing spiritual work for people, you got to have good boundaries. You've got to take good care of yourself, no matter what type of work you do, okay? You really do. And no more bullshit, okay? We have storms. It's really funny because there's a storm going on right outside my window right now, but we have storms with complications and struggles to make it through. I feel like some people came into your life and definitely challenged you and made it a little bit tougher for you, pile number 3 here with storms. And, you know, it might have felt like a struggle at times to make it through, especially if there are people that were kind of taking from you. They're like, oh, you need me. You can't do this without me. But the irony is that you could. And when they would say that to you, they would inadvertently energy vampire you or take things from you, all right? And this is about weathering the storms of life, right? We have Capricorn, business matters, determined and ambitious. So this is coming out under alliances, and the miracles are endless. So some of you guys could be, you know, had been going it on your own in business or starting your own company, all right? But somebody here wanting to partner up with you, wanting to help you with things. It might even be that some of you guys need to hire an assistant or have someone help you. But I see you guys being very business-minded, very determined, very ambitious, and having, you know, the acumen and the toughness that you need to kind of make it on this earth plane. Not to kind of make it, but to already make it, because you are already doing it, pile number 3, all right? We have nothing will come of this situation, void, of course, moon. And this is talking about some of these past situations. I also feel like, you know, you guys sometimes may second guess yourself in business, or like if your manifestations are actually working. And I feel like a lot of times, you know, you'll see moments of growth and success, and then things will peter out a little bit, and you're like, oh, it's all wrong. I'm not manifesting. You know, I'm doing things wrong. I'm too distracted with the fragmentation, or I've got the wrong people around me, or, you know, I'm holding myself back. You know, sometimes it's not other people. It's like we hold ourselves back. And sometimes I feel like you guys, it's like all the evidence is there that your manifestations are working, and you're already doing it, and you're already on the path, and you're abundant with the cow spirit. You're very determined and ambitious. You will seek out the right alliances, but yet there's a part of you that's like, no, it's not happening. No, it's not gonna work. No, I'm not sure. No, this can't be right? And this is kind of that internal doubt, and where we feel like we're kind of in quicksand. It's like we're going like this and going like this, right? And we can't quite get our footing, but yet we're already where we need to be. We're already on the path, okay? Yeah, we have 31 in originality, okay? So when other people are kind of draining you and taking too much from you, and, you know, getting too much into your energy. Some of you guys may have had some energy vampires around you, or people that just need a lot from you, very needy energies. I feel like, you know, this is what wears on your originality, okay? If you're giving too much, and sometimes you guys just need to be like, stop, okay? A lot of people needing your services, needing your help. Sometimes you just need to be like, stop, right? I don't need everybody else's influence right now. I don't need everybody else's energy. I'm gonna weather the storm just fine. I'm tough enough, I'm strong enough. And I am doing it already here, but when you kind of let people come, you know, overtake you, I feel like pile number 3, it starts to affect, you know, your energy as a creator, all right? And the originality of what you're doing, the ideas that you have, right? And when you think, oh, my success isn't really real, or I'm not really manifesting, or I'm not really that abundant, it affects your ability to kind of come up with ideas and get excited about what you're doing sometimes here too. So this whole belief that nothing will come of it, it's, especially when it's like you could be 90% of the time being abundant, manifesting, and then there's that 10% lull. And during that time, it's like maybe you guys are kind of losing faith, okay? Particularly in a business matter when it comes to your own business, for those of you that have spiritual businesses or just your own business in general or would like to, okay? And, when you have your own business, there's a lot of storms, there's a lot of complications. There's a lot of people that may even you feel at times try to take your ideas, okay? I'm going to tell you, pile number 3, be careful who you share your ideas with and kind of who you're forming these alliances with, and ask this guide. I see this guide here, this wise guide here, and I feel like drumming or drumming circles or shamanistic drumming. I feel like, the Native American flute, like listening to this kind of music and then saying those mantras that I was telling you, okay? And then in that space, while you're there, ask this guide, hey, is this a person I should be partnering up with? Is this a person that I should let be impacting my work or my business, okay? And how should I approach this situation, all right? Because yeah, you guys, I feel you guys are already manifesting. You're already doing it. It's just that 10% of the time where you're like, shit, ugh. And I know how that is. I can relate to your reading. Pile number 3, I can definitely relate to your reading. Oh, okay. Before we do your tarot, we want to go ahead and draw a Alice in Wonderland Major Arcana here for you guys. It's going to help tie together your reading. So let's see for my pile. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, pile number 3. You guys remember that song from back in the day? All right, so we have the Hierophant here, and that could be Taurus energy, Capricorn energy, a lot of earth energy in this pile. I mean, the ability to weather the storm, right? I mean, Tauruses and Capricorns, very resilient energies, being able to weather the storm. The Hierophant is also about, the teacher, all right? The inner teacher and the outer teacher. But look at this Hierophant, okay? He looks it's the caterpillar before turning into the butterfly. And I feel like you guys, it's this kind of energy. You have one really massive, cool green eye, and then another eye that's like, well, I don't know. You have one green eye that's like money, 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 manifestations, right? And then one other eye that's like, bleh, I don't know. I don't know if I did that right. I'm not sure, right? Is this really working? I did this and I did that, but is it coming together? I need to see it, right? And the Hierophant is very physical earth energy. It's like, I kind of need to see it to believe it, right? It resonates with the energy of Taurus. And so sometimes, you guys see it for 50% of the time, and then the other time you're like, what did I do wrong? Or why didn't that combination work? Or why wasn't that efficient or effective, right? And I feel like some of you guys try to kind of find the formula to manifestation, right? And you're like, let me just find that formula. Let me just find that piece or whatever. And it's like, when you guys get into that, I'm just going to keep doing things the same way and find the formula, and it kind of doesn't work the way you want it to, I feel like sometimes you guys get a little bit like shit, or you get upset about it, right? But Spirit is saying here, originality is really the key here. Resist because I know I can be like this too. It's like, resist the need to sort of find some magic formula and then only stick to that and nothing else, because it really suppresses your creativity, okay? And, one thing leads to another. It's like one idea leads to another idea, which leads to another idea. So even if that idea or the thing that you did wasn't, didn't yield the banner, waving crazy results that you would want, it is a step in the right direction, okay? And, and when you have originality, you can really expect miracles as well. So let's go ahead and see what past life energy is affecting manifestations for you here. I feel like some of you guys are like, I don't want to know about my past life energy, Natalie. We'll do it lightly, pile number 3. Transportation. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. I mean, I think you guys were very tenacious businessmen or women in past lives too. And I think you guys had the trains running very efficiently. And I think you had things moving at a really, you know, like you guys were very efficient. You had the right formulas. You made things move. Some of you guys may have been inventors or may have been a part of things that really changed the future of, you know, humanity back in the day, working on some very important projects. And you like to see those results. I feel like you really do, pile number 3. We have Atlantis. Wow. Okay, pile number 3. You didn't want to see your past lives, but here you are, okay? I feel like you guys had the magic formula for manifestation during Atlantean times, okay? And you know, what happened with Atlantis and why it sunk and why all that happened, all the ego, the hubris, the pride, the way that humans misused that energy, the way that technology was misused, things like that, okay? I feel like some of you guys sometimes, you know, that energy carrying over, because I feel like you really wanted, you know, I feel like some of you guys in a past life were part of a last ditch effort to help save Atlantis, okay? And you may have taken a lot of people to safety. You may have, you know, invented something that was gonna help people or save certain artifacts from that time. And I feel like, you know, you guys were always trying to, you know, come up with that formula or save things. Oh, wow. As I say that, there's the thunder. Okay. Let's get one more card. We have Asia. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Very cool here. Pile number 3. So, you know, talk about saving spiritual traditions and carrying them over. We have the Buddha here, or a Buddha-like figure, and we have Asia, right? So I feel you guys were able to save some type of spiritual knowledge and bring that into a new continent or bring that to a new people so that those teachings carry on. And you're a teacher as well here with this Hierophant energy. And you did have a very slick formula, I feel, in a past life for manifestation and for making things happen and getting things going, right? And some of you guys could have been very spiritual but very profitable business people is what I feel too. And a lot of your talents that you have in this lifetime, you developed in Atlantis, okay? Very cool energy, pile number 3, all right? That's why you're so freaking original. It's like spirituality with technology, with, you know, with inventiveness, all this stuff, right? So, you know, and I feel like sometimes when an experiment doesn't turn out the way you want it to, you're like, but I, you know, and it's like, yeah, because Atlantis, it was so much easier to do things back then. And the earth plane can be super frustrating, right? Because it's like, why won't you just work, damn it, you know? But don't let that get you down, okay? You have the strength to weather the storms. You're very original. You don't even need a specific formula in this lifetime. You just need to align with the teachings that you knew from prior lifetimes, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Oh, we have love here, 2 of Cups. You know what's so funny is, okay, so this is going to be, you know, what needs to be more of for your manifestations here to grow. And I feel like your reading is pretty business oriented, but I feel like in this lifetime, it's also about intimacy and connection. And I think I mentioned this. I mentioned the root chakra, which is, you know, our survival, how we're based in the world. But to me, that's more of like the business side that you have here. But the sacral chakra is all 2 of Cups action, okay? So intimately connecting with life, with people, alliances, right? Partnerships that are very intimate, loving, true. They will help you in this lifetime, okay? We have the Princess of Dis, but it's reversed, okay? I don't even really read reversals. But to me, this is like, you don't have to go it alone, and you're actually going to be more abundant and happier in this lifetime with your manifestations if you invite others in to help you with this process and you don't just try to do everything alone, okay? You know, I feel in other lifetimes you guys may have worked alone a lot and you may have made a lot happen just on your own. In this lifetime, you're needing to work with other energies, okay? You know, whether you like it or not, I feel kind of pile number 3. We have the Fool. Yeah, it's time for a different journey. It's time to do things differently. This is the originality. So not coming up with, you know, like again, coming up with a formula and just trying to do it over and over because it works, right? But instead, trying something very unique, very original, something that someone has never seen or done before, taking that risk, okay? And we have the 5 of Swords here and Strife. So, you know, I feel like sometimes you guys are like, yeah, I want to be original, but people are not ready for my ideas, or there's too many complications, or, you know, I suggest things, but people get upset about it, or I make people uncomfortable with sometimes. Maybe even sometimes you're quite an iconoclast, or you're quite rebellious sometimes in the way you want to do things or suggest things, or wanting to kind of go off on your own way here. But Spirit is saying, you know, just kind of being stubborn and only wanting things your way in this lifetime is actually creating more fragmentation and strife and creating more storms in your life than actually even need to be there, okay? And there needs to be fresh dialogue. That's very true. There needs to be fresh dialogues. Things need to be out in the open. And, you know, sometimes people need to be made a little uncomfortable. It's not the end of the world, right? But I also feel this energy, 2 of Cups, of being mirrored, whether it's in business or love or anything. It's, you know, we can insist on our own way to a fault at times, right? We can try to do things on our own and then feel like we fail at it, right? But in this lifetime, it's like you guys are meant to have partnership, okay? And someone's gonna love you for the weirdo, for the sweet, loving weirdo that you are, pile number 3. Just remember that, okay? We have the Hermit here. So this is what you're already doing right. And you guys are already like very sharp. Have a lot of attention to detail. Some of you very scientific, or you have very scientific, technical, detailed skills, analytical skills from past lifetimes. And I think some of you guys definitely had lifetimes of monocastic. How do you say that word? It's, you know, where you go off and you're by yourself and you're meditating and you're on your own. And I feel like some of you in past lives, you even had certain ideas for inventions or certain things that you wanted to implement, and you were very good at, you know, doing this journey on your own and being very resourceful, being very smart, being very technical. You still bring all of that to the table, pile number 3. You still bring that discipline to the table, okay? It's just softening our hearts a little bit in this lifetime too, okay? We have 7 of discs and failure. Now, it's interesting when I looked at this page of disc, I feel like some of you guys are like, yeah, I've tried to do that, but, you know, I've experienced failure, or I have a fear of failure, okay, that may hold you back sometimes with manifestation. But I want you guys to know that, you know, you guys have been through experiences in the past where it's like with Atlantis, because this is coming out on Atlantis, like, you know, I feel like you guys were almost one of the people that was trying to help save Atlantis, okay? And so I feel like you guys have been through deep disappointments in the past, in past incarnations here. And you've had to be very careful about the combinations and the things that you want to bring together. You've had to be very careful and prudent about that. And you have that discerning eye now, and it will work to your advantage. Just don't let it make you fearful, okay? Pile number 3, we have 3 of Swords here. So, you know, I feel like you guys have had in past lives people who have had, taken issue with your ideas. And guess what? You are strong enough to take on any complications or struggles and make it through, okay? And, you know, Spirit is saying you've already gone through that experience of being tested, of others questioning your ideas or your thinking, and you know, already suffered losses, I feel, in partnership at times because of that in a past life. And so it's like in this lifetime, Spirit tells me you don't worry about losing anything. Listen to that thunder. You're right where you need to be, okay? You're right where you need to be, pile number 3. You've already gone through all that stuff, you know, and a lot of it you went through on your own, weathering the storms alone here. Okay, we have 8 of Pentacles here. So yeah, I mean, again, more Virgo energy, more attention to detail, more productivity, making sure the trains run on time. You know, it's like you guys are very good at organizing things. You're very good at getting things back on track, at getting everyone back up to speed. You guys are very good at that. You already know how to do that. Now it is time to take a risk when it comes to alliances in this lifetime, and sometimes reveal the uncomfortable truths that other people need to hear, because your ideas are very productive and original, okay? And I have 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck here, which is pleasure. So don't, pile number 3, can you hear that? Don't talk about storms, right? Oh my God, okay? Pleasure, 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to enjoy yourself. And for God's sakes, have some sexual intimacy and deep connections in this lifetime. Okay, even if it's with yourself, pile number 3, my darlings. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope that that resonated for you. And do leave me a like, share, or subscribe if you feel so inclined. And please comment if you feel that this reading resonated for you. And I hope you take care on your journey, pile number 3. We'll see you again next time.